Welcome to the Frequency Soul Collective. Today we are going to be going through how to read your reports for the AO scanner for your horses. Firstly, we are going to go through the vitals report, and at the top of the vitals report there is a scale from 1 to 9. If you can imagine, when we use the analogy of a radio station, an old school radio station where you would need to turn the dial until you hit the number that you require, let's say, for example, 96.5 FM, you would turn the dial to 96.5 FM to be able to hear the music correctly. This is frequency. You would be able to hear the music so clearly because it is on the exact frequency required. This is similar to the dial of what we're using here on this scale. So a 4, 5, and a 6 is optimal and balanced. That is where the frequencies of each part of the body are sitting, and that's where we want them. Are they always going to be green and blue? No, unfortunately, there's always something going to be out in our bodies and in the bodies of our horses. What we're focusing though on when we're looking at this scan is the critical end, a 1 and a 9. And it's not just a 1 and a 9 that we want to focus on, but it's anything that could not realign. Let me show you what I mean. As we scroll down here on the right-hand side, you can see where it says previous scan. So what happens is we run the frequency through the animal by hitting the scan button on the device, and that acknowledges to where the frequency is sitting at in that moment without making any shifts or changes. It will either be out of range or in range, as you can see per these columns. On the left-hand side where it says current scan, that is when we scan the second time around straight after, and it is going to work to optimize those frequencies and bring those frequencies back into homeostasis and back into balance. Now, again, you will see what is in range and what is out of range. What we want to focus on in this case is anything that could not be brought back into homeostasis. That will give us an indication of what is going on in this horse's body. Now, as we know, everything starts with emotion. So whether it's something physical that's showing in their body or behaviorally, everything starts with emotion. So I'm going to scroll up just very quickly for you. And I would like for you, when you receive this scan, to press play, because these are actually the balancing harmonics specifically for your horse. What this is music with frequency embedded into it to balance out anything emotionally that's going on for your animal. So you can play this as often as you would like, but I can guarantee you that if you play this every day, whether it be at feed time, just before a ride, whatever the case may be, watch the behavioral change and then the physical changes in a positive way in your beautiful horses. So that is the balancing harmonics that you will receive with this specific report. So we look at everything from a frequency perspective, from blood lipids, a full blood count. Now, if there's something that you are unsure of what it means, you can simply click on this and it will give you a full explanation. We also do the horse's chakras and to see whether they are in or out of alignment. Anything that is high is overactive or inflammatory. Anything that is lower is underactive or sluggish. So as you can see here in this beautiful horse, the sacral chakra is way overactive. And we had an ear chakra here that was underactive, but we were able to bring that back into balance. So what we want to look at here, if we were to focus on looking into anything further, would be the sacral chakra and the crown chakra both being overactive. We simply scroll down on the report so that you can then get the full explanation on each of those. And it gives you that explanation of what a balanced chakra or any of those chakras should be, what it means if it is underactive, and also what it means if it is overactive. We can see the entire digestion system. So all the gastrointestinal functions of the animal, inflammatory responses, pancreas, amino acids, digestive enzymes, micro and macro minerals, vitamins, The emotional status is really important as well. So the basic physical functionality of the animal, you will be able to see on here as well. Now, let's use this as an example of osteoporosis. Now, with it being an 8 and it couldn't be realigned, does that mean that this animal has osteoporosis? Not necessarily. So what does it mean? It means a few things. One, yes, it may have it. Two, it is holding the frequency of it. It can be ancestral from one of their previous descendants. Or it could mean that they have been around somebody with it. Sometimes alcohol comes up for horses, and it can be a couple of things there too. Alcohol can be fermentation in the gut, but it can also be that the rider or the owner may have had a bit too much to drink the night before. So frequencies do travel. It's important to remember that. We can see here eye health, hormones, immune system, kidney function, liver, lung function, thyroid, toxicities. Pesticide toxicity can be generally from the foods that the horse is eating, or potentially even if the grass has been sprayed with chemicals. Any of those chemicals are not going to have a positive effect on your horse. I can guarantee you that much. Heavy metals also really important to look at. So that is your vital scan. We then move on to the comprehensive scan. The comprehensive scan is the scan, muscular and skeletal. It also does all of your veins, arteries, bone, everything that you can see in the animal, muscles, tendons, the whole bit. So you can see here on the right-hand side, yet again, it is the first scan that runs through the body of the horse to see exactly where that frequency is. And then on the left-hand side, we're working to bring that into homeostasis. So it's forever trying to teach the body how to behave. As we scroll down, you will be able to see every different aspect. So we have muscles here. But as we go further down through the scan, now we're into connective. And you will be able to pinpoint exactly what is going on in every system of the horse, even lymphatics. I see a lot of lymphatic blockages in horses, particularly around their heads. And I know that that can have a lot to do with the different bits, bridles, etc. Something to be very, very mindful of. So this, if you go through it and really take the time, not only to see where the frequency was beforehand, but to see if it hasn't shifted, what could potentially be going on. So if we look at this node 5 here that wasn't able to be recorrected, this might be something that you are able to work with a therapist, or we can work from a frequency perspective, absolutely, to bring that back into homeostasis. So no matter what it is going on with your animal, we can work from a frequency perspective to bring it back into alignment. So please just speak to the person who has sent you this video today to talk to them more about the packages that they may be able to offer to you, or the option for you to be able to be running frequency, not only for obviously your horse to be able to bring those frequencies back into alignment, but for yourself as well. A happy horse always needs a happy rider. So this gives you an idea, even from an organ perspective, what is going on in your animal, to be able to see where the frequencies are actually sitting. So this is just a very short video to show you exactly how to read your scan. If you have any further questions, please reach out to the person who has sent this video to you, and I'm sure they will be able to answer that for you. One more thing quickly before we go is just to explain the percentages from ideal. We want regularly those percentages to be coming down. Anything that's sitting over a 60 or a 70%, we would generally flag as concern. So that is also something that you are really wanting to look out for. So that is it from us today from the Frequency Soul Collective. Please again, reach out to the person who has sent you this video if you have any questions whatsoever. Thank you.